everybody, welcome back to Ross. I'm Ross, and this is the channel where I let Bob Ross teach me how to paint. So let's just get started. Just like Bob Ross always does, he has his canvas pre-coated with liquid white, so I've already gone ahead and done that. If you really want to watch me doing that, you can watch my first episode. For today's episode, I'm going to be doing Season 8, Episode 1, Misty Rolling Hills. So just like in all Bob Ross paintings, the first thing to do, paint the sky. So he's got us using a little bit of alizarin crimson here first. He wants you to work it into the brush so that it's nice and even. He said not too much because we don't want to light the sky on fire. That looks pretty nice. Then we're going to add a little bit of phthalo blue, not too much because it will really overpower the red. A nice lavender here. So what Bob tells us to do first is pick a spot up here to test your color, which I think is really smart, and then if you don't like the color you can mix it up a little more over here. But I kind of like that. It's not looking quite like what Bob has, but that's alright. Because we're painting our own picture here. Bob's just helping us out, because I have no idea how to paint. And the way that Bob makes it easy is just so awesome. Let's see, now he's got to clean our brush off at the bottom. I guess that's just sort of to add this sky color into the rest of the painting. Just a little bit. That's pretty cool. Then he has us clean the real brush off. Now, since I'm in a studio apartment, I don't whack it quite as hard as Bob. I'm not trying to get paint thinner all over my studio, so, you know, I take a little more time than he does, wipe it off in the tin, and then get a paper towel to clean the rest off. But even so, I can never get it quite as clean as Bob does. Now we have a happy little sky. For this next part, we're back to my nemesis, the palette brush. As you guys know, I hate this thing, but hopefully today we can make some magic. So we're still using these same two colors, the phthalo blue, just a little bit, and the crimson. For a nice deep purple color. That's kind of what we're looking for. And let's see. Gets it on the brush. He makes nice little rolls. Mine don't look quite so nice, but I don't know. We'll see. See how it goes. Alright, let's get started on these mountains. Okay, I started out not too happy with them, but the more I work them, the better it's coming out. Okay, I guess I'm happy with that for now. And then we're pulling the color down. Alright, that'll do. Uh-oh, back to the knife for highlights and shadows with a little titanium white. Bob wants this mountain to seem like it's far, far away. Whew, that was way too much. In the first episode, Bob said, be careful not to use too much paint, because you don't want to become a mud mixer. I feel like at this point in the game, that is 100% my title. Mr. Mud. But for now, I'm thinking that looks pretty cool. He said you could blend this just a little bit here. Now we're going to be creating some little foothills underneath these mountains with that same color. This is pretty crazy because this has been painting for a good 20 minutes now, and I've still only used these two colors. That is pretty wild. I'm really excited to see how this painting turns out. And then to get a little misty look under these, he takes a clean 2-inch brush, so give me a minute on that one. And he just pulls it down real lightly. Well, that's pretty cool. Great, now that those foothills are done, Bob's going to add in a second set of foothills right underneath, so we're going to be using the same color again. This time though, Bob did say to make it a little bit darker, since as things get closer to us, they should appear darker. And here we are finally we are going to start using a different color. We're going to add some sap green in there to give it a little indication that it's closer and we can actually see these colors. And then for the mist on this one, he has us tapping the bottom of this. So let's see how that works out. Looked like he was doing it with the top of his brush, but I'm not so sure about that. Yeah, I guess that's working out. Okay. Like I've said before, there's a couple techniques that maybe I'm not just professional enough to get, but I feel like Bob Ross has done me kind of dirty. And it ends up making my painting not look as good as I would like, but looks pretty good. Yeah, alright, I'm really happy with that. So now we're adding in a few layers of hills, and we're going to use some sap green mixed in with our original color. Let's see how that looks. It's just tapping it on in there. This time I'm really trying hard to not be a mud mixer. As far as this one goes, this is the first time I've ever really got this kind of tapping technique down. So far, pretty happy with my progress. Cool, I like that. Now it's time for everybody's favorite part when we start making happy little trees. So the first thing that Bob has us do is grab a palette knife. We're gonna mix up a little more of our purple color, but this time adding a little more white than previously. Thinking a lot more white than that. Okay, let's get in there. Great, so we mix that up and then use the fan brush. So I just got this had it for the last 3 paintings that I've done, I think, and I really like it. It's pretty easy to use. It makes the trees look really pretty. And then Bob said to really load the fan brush up. We're going to be laying in the outlines for some trees. He gets a happy friend. That kind of looked like it covered it up. I don't know about that. Now how do I keep that from happening on the next one? That one's a little better. Still not so sure about that though. They kind of look like blobs, don't they? One thing that Bob said that reminded me of a really funny story. He said that sometimes to really get the right shape of the trees or just make it come out exactly how you want it, you gotta go outside and talk to the trees and see how they feel. And that reminds me of this guy in college I knew. He came up to me one day, had a big ol', I can't remember what it was, maybe some like ABP or something. He was like, what are you guys up to? I don't remember what we were up to, but he was like, cool, I'm gonna go eat in a bush. He just went off and ate his meal in a bush. I mean, those could be trees if you could see more of like a middle and outline. I don't know. Maybe I'll just kind of see where he takes us. The yellow over the green always gets me. That is my favorite combination. And don't go overboard, because when you cover it up, that's when you get the mud. I'm learning. I think that looks pretty good. Now we got a few more trees coming up, so got a little bit more of our purpley color. Now in this one, Bob definitely gets a little morbid on us and says, you know, maybe put a little few dead trees in there, because sometimes trees die and that's just how things are. Looks like I need some liquid black. Let me get that real quick. Alright, I've got my liquid black. And Bob says just to take a little bit of this for our dead trees. Just to kind of make a few limbs here and there. Sure. we're gonna just blend these trees the same way as we did the last ones. Excellent. And then we're gonna make another outline for another little hill here. I always struggle with this, but I trust Bob's process where he says you gotta put the dark down before you put the light down. But, oof. Not patient, I just want everything to be bright. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. So now we're going to start putting some color on these new little hills that we've created. And we're going to go, ooh, no. First I'm going to make a little, just sort of path in there to shine clear through. Cool. And now we're going to start adding some color to these new little hills that we've got going on. So that's going to be the same yellow ochre and cad yellow combo. Definitely for me, heavy on the cad yellow. You really just gotta lay it down sometimes, I feel like. Unless I'm doing something completely wrong. Even then, I like how the texture of mine comes out. I think it's really cool. So, you know, I guess if I'm happy with whatever style of painting I teach myself from doing this, that's a win, right? I'm sure Bob would be happy. Definitely gonna need some more cad yellow. Uh-oh. That was way too much. Let's see if I can push that back in there somehow. Come on, you. Alright, I got a bit of it back in there. Luckily, ooh, you guys, I almost forgot to tell you. I went to an art store to get some new canvases this week. 12 by 12, and they're these thin ones, so they're not going to take up too much space in my apartment. But they had these paints, these ones for sale. It was like $2.88 for this thing. So I grabbed like 5 because what a great deal. Blick is what it's called. We got it here in New York. There's a few locations. I don't know if anyone's got it anywhere else, but good job, Blick. So let's not waste any of this sweet, sweet cad yellow. Just a touch of green in there. Uh-oh, I might have mudded it. I don't know if this is a total noob thing to do, but I found that when I get in trouble, I add a little more paint. Color of my choosing. I can live with that. And so up next we are going to need a little Van Dyke Brown, which I'm going to use some of my brand new paint. Ooh, it's got a little bit of that paint juice. Ew. And I've got some Midnight Black here. Alright, so here Bob starts laying in some pretty gigantic trees. So we're going to do the black and the Van Dyke Brown. He does, wow, 6 trees. Ooh. Mix that Van Dyke Brown up. It's real oily. Uh-oh. All the way to the top. Let me get a little more of that Van Dyke Brown to thicken it up a little bit. Is that normal? Paint goo? This is just oil coming out, but I don't know. I don't know if paints are supposed to do that. Maybe bad paints do that? Maybe good paints do that? I don't know. Now that those are done, I'm going to take a minute to clean this fan brush because we're going to use it to put highlights on these trees as well. Great, so now that we've got these trees in place, I'm going to use the liquid white to do some highlighting down the sides. How does Bob put liquid black on his palette? The last thing we're going to do is take the fan brush and make just a few leaves and stuff on these trees here. So I'm going to take a little sap green. finish it off because it's my favorite. I'm just gonna put pretty amount of cad yellow on there. Alright, I think there we have it, folks. That is awesome. I love it. I think all my techniques got better this time. The dabbing on the hills, the mountains with the palette knife, the trees, the not making things too muddy, all over this episode. Bob did a great job teaching me how to art. I'm so happy with this. Ooh. The last thing, keep saying the last thing, hopefully the real last thing. I am going to take some of this liquid black and, uh-oh, that was a little much liquid black. That's okay, happy little mistakes. And that is me. Awesome, we are done. If you liked this video, please like, comment, subscribe, share it, whatever. I'd love to hear your thoughts if you think I still am using too much paint or not enough paint, or I need to, you know, change something completely. Let me know. I'd love to hear, because all I'm trying to do with this channel is get better at my art, so anything would be appreciated. Thanks guys, have a great one.